Hello, Steve.
Look at that. Newbie is in on time. Look at that. How you doing?
Well, you're on time. You're late, huh?
I have to be here. There was one time where I wasn't here, and there was like 4 people going, where is he? Speaking of where is he, I think Mustafa logs on right on the time just so he can have the number 2 spot.
Okay, so I was number 1 today.
Well, where is he? It's like an empty chair. Mustafa, you've never looked so good, my friend. Today, the role of Mustafa Musa will be played by an empty chair. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to MBartistAlley.com. I am your host, Stephen Ohola. And what's going on, right, Nick? But I see the comments are starting. Anna Marie, Kevin, Nick, Brendan, good to see you. And if you see a strange face on your screen, no, you're not hallucinating. You did not take the blue pill. It is the newest member of MBartist, Lobos, otherwise known as Pablo. Is it Villa Lobos?
It's Villa Lobos.
Villa Lobos. Sorry, I'm American Spanish. So I didn't learn it.
Yeah, that's why I go for my Lobos now. Because in the army they couldn't say my name.
Oh, they couldn't. They just went for Lobos.
Yeah.
But we've got exciting stuff's coming down the pipe from Lobos. I don't know if you're follow him on Facebook and Instagram. A couple weeks ago, he was showing off his chitara, which we're getting colored. But yesterday, you just dropped the Panthro, and it was nice. The concept's amazing, dude. I love the idea. I love the idea of. Oh, you got it right there. There you go. Check it out, guys. There we go. Thundercats are on the loose by Lobos. Very cool. I love the concept of having the actual cat integrated with the character. Very cool. And guys, look, as we were chatting, look who's dropped in. Mr. Joe Rubenstein, legendary inker and painter. How you doing, sir? He's okay. Joe, you're at your best when you say. Yeah. Anyways, let's move on. And of course, roving reporter Jamie Coker. You look like this is 2 weeks in a row you're at home, my friend. What's going on?
Thank you, Stephen. Reporting from Minnesota. Not a whole lot going on here besides lots and lots of artwork and lots of changing temperatures. Had to adjust from 100-degree weather down to 75 degrees.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, it's been an adjustment.
Weather is temperamental in Minnesota?
You could say that. You could say that.
and Joe like Mustafa. Joe saw that Mustafa wasn't here yet, so he's like, "Why should he be here too?" Look at that, Lobos. Look, it's your first. I guess this would be technically your second appearance, but your first one showing off some of the wares. And look at that, pouring in love for Panthros. Kevin, Josh, Nick, everybody's loving the Panthro. So, guys, if you like that, there's going to be more coming. Oh, there's number 2. Hello.
Am I number 2?
Well, you seem to be lately just always the second one in. Just today.
I've been called worse.
What did you want to do? Like come in like the Tonight Show and get so? Oh, Steve, thanks for having me. I took the red eye.
Well, I mean, I'm not Joe's chair or anything, but
no.
Yeah.
Joe saw that you weren't here, and he's like, "Screw this, I'm out."
Oh, did he? Oh, wow. I'm sorry. The trendsetter in the wrong way.
That's all good. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank you. And look at that. As per you guys are on a storm today with the comments. And that is awesome. I love this. Something we like to see here at MBartist Alley Live. You're watching us on Facebook. You're watching us on YouTube. And we want to thank you for coming. And so far, we've got 5 artists here. And we're going to chit-chat for the next hour and a half. Or as Mustafa likes me to say, and Jamie will show the pen if he has it. I think Mustafa has the pen. We're going to fill our boots with conversation the next hour and a half. There it is. We're going to
filling boots. Filling boots all over the place.
Nick Larkin says he's multitasking, listening to us and a police scanner. If you hear our names, give us a heads up, will you, Nick?
Is Nick Batman?
I don't know, maybe. Or either that, or he's didn't Mr. Incredible and Frozone do that when they were trying to
yeah, when superheroes were not allowed anymore.
Yeah, they were in the alley with just tuning into the police scanner.
Yeah,
that was cool. Anyways, guys, as we do, we are artists and we like to draw, as you've seen with Lobos. So we've got some featured art prints. Lobos will be included soon enough, as soon as we get some of those great work back. But let's go through. So the last couple of weeks, what we've done is after shows, we've done greatest hits. So we're going to flip the narrative around and we're going to do hidden gems. So we've picked 9 images, one from each artist, which we think you guys don't really know enough about because they're not selling. But I didn't have a softer way of saying it. Anyways, let's roll through our hidden gems. From Bob McLeod, we have Fantastic Four, Doom of Galactus. Very cool piece. We have Temerity Edith by Chad Harden. And if you guys get a chance, I suggest checking out Temerity is Chad's baby, and he's got his second issue out. It's a pretty good read. What do we got next? Sabrina the Teenage Witch by Francine Delgado, who is feverishly making up hours so that her studio will let her go to New York Comic Con. Next one. Hidden Gem. Give us some behind the scenes FYIs on this one, Mr. Coker.
Oh yeah. So Sonic is a request I had at several shows. They're like, why don't you do Mario Brothers or Sonic? And to be honest, I was never a big Mario Brothers fan, but Sonic was something that the movie was coming out, and I was like, okay, it could be pretty cool. I think when the initial trailer came out, I was horrified, like many people. But eventually, they reconfigured the look of Sonic and made him look a little more palatable. So I kind of went off of that and threw in a little bit of what I felt was my take on like the Flash's Speed Force. Kind of injected that in there and just went wild with it. Let it run.
Yeah, the platinum on this is really sick. Like when you see the whites and the platinum shines through, it's really cool piece. All right, let's go to the next one. Oh, Mr. Mulligan, where are you in the world today? We've got your Lion King as our hidden gem. Mr. Rubenstein, would you like to partake and give us a little behind the scenes on this Green Hornet piece?
Did you notice that I was out McLeoding McLeod? I think that on for about 30 seconds and left. Just let him break that record.
No, but I do like the screw you guys, I'm out of here, and the chair was literally spinning.
Yeah, it was the Tasmanian devil thing.
That sounds good.
Well, there you go, a Green Hornet cover. I've done lots of portraits of him for collectors over the years. So,
well, here's a question on this one. This one was originally a marker rendering.
Yeah.
In terms of doing a marker rendering versus doing a painting version, is doing marker rendering easier? Is it more effortless? What's the difference between for you as in terms of doing a marker rendering versus painting?
It's far easier because you don't have to control the consistency of the watercolor. But the reason I do it is because when I'm doing something that comic book, I think the colors are more intense. And especially when you do something like that old a comic book, the colors I think should be flatter, more reminiscent of what the original looked like. But obviously if somebody said, do a watercolor painting of this instead, it would be a whole other project. And I would get all kinds of other layers of depth that I ordinarily wouldn't. So it's kind of interesting if you look at an artist do variations on the theme, how they change and should change depending upon what the media is. Like a watercolor should not look like a marker, and oil should not look like a watercolor. So that's just my thinking on it.
No, and we're looking forward to. We're targeting to have the books released for Emerald City. So let's hope everything comes out the way we're hoping. All right, what do we got next? Hidden Gems. Mr. Hebert, I don't know where you are today, but we've got your Scarlet Witch. Come hither. Mr. Musa. This is a Lobos piece, too. Look at that.
Yeah, actually, we could have Pablo talk about it.
Talk about it, Pablo.
Well,
bring us abreast in this.
When did we do this? Like 4 years
It
ago?
was late 2017. It was originally a commission.
Yeah, I think I drew this in an airplane.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So, yeah, himself wanted a Wonder Woman. They wanted a commission, so I was on the way home. I started at home and I was staying in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. I did the sketch there, and then away to Houston. I was just finishing it up. It was digital actually. and he did the inks and traditional.
I thought you did it. I thought it was originally pencil.
What's it?
No. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember working in an airplane.
Yeah. There was a Venom you did around that time. That was digital.
Yes.
That might be it.
Yes. It's been a while. It's been a long time.
So it's like a little hint of Gal Gadot, but it's not like a likeness one for one. So I thought that was a nice touch.
So if you're drawing on an airplane in pencil, were you like up on the wall drawing it, or because
no, I draw flat.
Are,
I actually draw flat. So when I'm drawing on a table, I don't have a table picked up like a lot of artists do.
Yeah, I do flat too. Yeah. Yeah.
So the shaking was pretty bad. So it was real shaky. So when I got home, I cleaned it up. So
I wish you had a picture of it after the flight. I want to see the.
Yeah. Well, just like a rough sketch,
Yeah,
all the shadows and everything. And when I got home, just needed it up.
I will say it shows people love that it's not her being all sexy, it's her being strong, and that's what's sexy to them, So I like that. If we were able to do that for them.
Also, the comments I've gotten from this piece is they like that it features the lariat. Not a lot of art prints feature the lariat. Mm-hmm. Like usually she's just posing, or she has like the sword or something.
Yeah.
Very, very rarely do you see art prints where she's got the lariat as a prime focus. Very cool. Who do you got left? Oh, look at that. We got some Battle of the Planets. There we go. So anyways, guys, there is our GeForce. There is our featured art prints, our hidden gems for this week. Throw up all 9. We're going to tell you how you can get one of these hidden gems. 3 ways. You can either, A, as you've been doing very great this week. That's bad English, but we're rolling with it anyway. Keep putting in your comments or questions, and each one you do put in, you're going to get a ticket that goes into a draw, and Lovejeet's going to be pulling a lucky winner, and that lucky winner is going to be able to pick one of these 9 pieces. Number 2, just say claim Sonic. Claim Sonic, just that easy, and Lovejeet will reach out and take your order for you online. Or number 3, go to MBartist.com, fill your boots and your cart with platinum, fine art, and canvas. And when you check out, we will give you free shipping with the aptly titled promo code free shipping. So there you go, guys. That's how you can get one of these hidden gems.
What if we institute a rule that nobody can win a piece more than once every 30 days, but they can buy all they want?
I don't think we've only had back-to-back once, I think.
Really? I thought we've had but I think we've had the same people win several times in a month.
I will have to run that by Lovejeet. Lovejeet, if you're watching, pull out the records. Let me know who's won more than once in 30
I remember there was one guy who won like a couple times and decided to give it to somebody else. That was nice.
Yeah, I do remember that. That was Basil. Yeah.
Was it Basil? Yeah.
Yeah, that was Basil. Yeah, he won. He's the one who just he bought the first the girls, the Force ladies.
Why is it Basil when it's a guy, but basil when you put it on chicken? Possibly Basil has been on chicken. I don't. Really
but I was gonna say, if the guy is on chicken, then what do you call it?
Though I hear the chicken dies. So,
yeah.
All right.
Brendan says I can't win anymore, anyways.
Yeah, come on, Brendan.
He doesn't need to win anymore. He's got our entire stock in his back room.
Brandon's calling the shot. He's gonna win today.
Oh yeah. All right. Well, we'll find out, Brendan. Stick around at when do we usually do it? Around 4:20. 4:20, ironically enough, is when we make the call.
Oh yeah, ironic. Why is it ironic? 4:20.
I have no idea.
No.
Anybody want to take that one?
I don't know. So New York next week.
Well, someone was asking who's going to New York. I think everybody here and maybe Lobos is going to be at New York Comic Con October 7th to the 10th. Is that correct?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, October 7th to the 10th. The artists of MBartist will be at New York. Everybody's going to be there except for Bob. Bob decided to forego his 12 minutes of New York time, and he's sitting it out. But everybody else will be there.
Okay.
There we go.
The biggest convention in the country, more than San Diego.
I know. I'm trying to navigate the waters of how to get everything in there.
Which one is more of a hassle to you, Joe? Is it San Diego or New York?
To get, I mean, I can drive to San Diego, but I have to fly to New York.
So I guess okay, yeah.
But
I don't know. Once you're in there, though,
Yeah.
like the hassle of getting around.
Well, I don't. You sit at your chair, you don't leave, and you have jars under the table.
Jars.
You don't.
Jamie can attest to the jars.
Yeah, I mean, you
Yeah.
don't ever
Oh,
want
yeah.
to leave because it'll take you a half hour to get there, an hour to wait
Yeah.
online, a half hour to get back.
That's right.
All right, well there we go. There's the new promotional opportunity. Brendan, let's see how much it'll cost to do branded pee jars.
Oh my gosh! Don't call them that. At least
No, okay, branded trucker bombs. There you go.
there you go. That's it.
We have some freshly squeezed Joe Rubin.
Nope. I'm gonna do the chair now.
Freshly squeezed Joe Rubenstein. What?
Trucker bomb.
Oh,
We're gonna put it on auction.
I have a jar of my juice if you're interested.
Oh my god!
Mustafa's just gotten all squeamish.
I'm checking out. Yeah.
All I know is that I don't think I'll be drinking that much. If it's that bad to get to the can and back, I'm just not even gonna bother. I'll just be dehydrated all day.
I think I've trained my bladder to just hold it until 7 p.m.
Really?
Yeah. It's just too much of a hassle.
I've trained my bladder to jump hoops, but that's a whole other story. Okay.
Oh, good.
All right. There's
And then it comes back.
Yeah. All I know is if anybody ever comes to our booth in New York and you see me just lying on the ground, it's because I'm having a seizure because I'm severely dehydrated.
So, will you be installing cameras for people to not shoplift this time?
Oh wow.
Yeah, we're endeavoring to recruit. We're in recruiting mode. So, and that's a good segue, Mr. Rubenstein. If anybody out there wants a free pass for New York Comic Con, you might have to work a little bit, but DM me or DM anybody here. I'm sure anybody here would like some assistance. But DM me or Love G, and we can get you into New York. And you just got to do a little work. We're looking for people for New York Comic Con. Yes, Kevin, we will be there all days. We tried to be there for half the time, but they still wanted to charge us full rate. So we will all be there for all 4 days, 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and 10 to 5 on Sunday. But I hear that Artist Alley is open an hour after.
That's right.
Any reason for that? Why is that specifically?
Because that's where everybody wants to be. No, I don't know.
At Artist Alley?
I think it takes an extra hour to get people out of the exhibitor area, and then Artist Alley, they all come down there.
No, I realize that the logistics have changed and the space has changed at the Javits Center. But when I was there last time, it was just a solid block of people in Artist Alley. I mean, nobody could move because everybody was there to get something. I mean, it's very nice. It's very flattering. You can't imagine a room that big filled with artists, probably 90% of which suck, but that's a different story. But that you get fatigued walking around, it's like you have to fight your way and fight your way. So I think they stay at Artist Alley because, that's where the cool stuff's happening.
Yeah.
Well, I do know that a couple things that are happening this year is they're controlling the flow of people more this year. And also you need to be vaccinated to get in. So I sent you guys an email. I don't know if you saw it, but they're basically saying, go ahead, Mustafa.
Oh no, there's an app that you guys can download, Clear, and it takes care of it. So you just show up and give it to them. I've been using that for the airports. So like you can tie your vax information into there too.
Yeah, up here in Ontario, they just introduced a vaccine passport. So it's like in order to get into restaurants and movie theaters, you got to show both your slips.
Wow.
Yeah. So there's like a whole thing here. The
I've stopped wearing slips, but I don't know about Jamie. Because because we
Jamie,
used to shop
do you
together.
want to respond to that?
We used to shop together.
Would you like to slip into that conversation?
I'm gonna slip out of it.
I'm not touching that one.
The man can wear a muumuu like nobody else.
Oh my god.
Oh God.
Joe, do we need to show that picture again of how much Jamie overshadows you?
Yes. Yes.
You know,
So
I can't. He can't beat me up because it would just look embarrassing for him.
I don't think he needs to beat you. He just
look at
needs to grab you and
stain.
switch you.
Look at that stain on the floor. Jamie made it. Oh, shame on you. That
That stain was brought to you by Joe Rubenstein.
That's an original Rubenstein stain.
Have you heard of the Rorschach test? That's the Rubenstein test.
I will be going to the costume parade as Rorschach.
There you go. Anyway, so New York is coming up. We're all excited to be there. If you guys have any other questions, we are going to be unveiling some new artwork, a bunch of canvases. I just got a picture from Brendan of all the canvases we sent them, and we basically took up half his front yard. So, so we're gonna have lots of new canvases ready for you guys to scoop up. We're gonna have acrylics. We're gonna have art prints galore, but still, if you want to jump the line, go to any one of these fine gentlemen's websites, except for Lobos. We haven't released it yet. Go to MustafaInc.com. Go to JamieCokerCreations.com. Go to JoeRubensteinArt.com. And you can jump the line and pre-book your commission for New York Comic Con up until next Wednesday. Joshua has a question for you, Mustafa. How's the Ghost Rider coming along?
Well, it is colored and it is glorious, and I should share it on social media. My social media got hacked, so that's kind of a bummer. But yeah, just keep an eye out on my Facebook, I guess. And if you want to subscribe to my Instagram, then you can do that.
Your hacked Instagram or your new one?
The new one, I guess. You can go to the hacked one. Here, I can show them the
on the hacked one. On the hacked one, are you sponsoring Blue Pills now?
Am I sponsoring Blue Pill? No, the thing is, when you go onto it, it just says like not found. So like when I try logging in, like it still exists. It's just nobody can use it. So that sucks.
You were surprisingly easy to hack too, I have to say.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad it's going to a good home.
Okay. We told you not to use password as your password, man.
Yeah. That must have been it. Yeah. I don't know. Some bad actor out there just screwed with it. So anyway, it's the same address. It's just with a underscore after it.
To underscore to
underscore the severity of the severity. Yes.
There you go.
Yeah, there we go.
Do you mean a bad actor like William Shatner?
I was thinking like Marky Mark.
Oh, okay.
Marky Mark.
Yeah, that Mark Wahlberg is overrated as an actor. I gotta say.
I'm pretty sure that Shatner has a pact with Satan, because how does he live that long and that mean and still make money? It's just amazing.
Didn't he get like Emmys like only a decade or a couple decades ago for like his acting?
Yeah, he got an Emmy because he was playing a pompous asshole.
Is that okay? So he nailed it.
Right.
Okay. All right.
We just got 2 volunteers for NYCC. Anna Marie, DM me and we'll talk. So we got two conscripts for. There's the picture.
Oh wow.
Brendan showed up to that. That's just part of the shipment we sent.
That delivery person hates him.
Did you know that Will Wheaton from DS9 has a stage act about William friggin' Shatner, a whole hour and a half about what a terrible person he is?
When did they ever get together?
Well, they didn't. That he was doing Deep Space Nine, and Shatner came over to just give him shit, just like, "Oh, you think you're such hot stuff? I'm the captain. Don't you lose your place?"
Wow.
And after that, he just wrote a stage show about it because you want to be respectful of the guy. He is Captain Kirk and all that. And then he showed himself for who he is, and he felt the need to write an entire show about it. You can find online.
Isn't that the one where Gene Roddenberry had to pull Shatner aside and tell him to calm the hell down?
I don't know. There's so many stories like that. I mean, it's like Shatner says that every book written about him, about what a shitty guy he is, was just for publicity.
Where's that Shatner guy from anyway?
Canada.
That's it.
There it is.
But we Jews have disowned him, so it's okay.
No, we still celebrate him up here in Canada. Why not?
Well, he's the anti-Michael Fox.
There you go. He is absolutely the anti-Michael J. Fox. or Jim Carrey, the anti-Carrey.
Do you remember
anti-Carrey?
Right. Do you remember when Michael J. Fox won the Emmy? He went up on stage and said, "God, I feel 5 feet tall." Okay, so.
And on that note, look who just arrived.
John Hebert.
Someone who is double the 5 feet tall. The last two show, he has been a giant among men. Mr. John Hebert, artist for Punisher, and X-Men. How you doing, sir?
I'm all right. How are you?
Good. I see you. I don't know what happened, but I think you just bumped Jamie off the screen.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's all good.
We've too much talent for one screen.
We've been talking about New York, how it's coming up. And have you done New York before, John?
Yeah. It's been about 4 or 5 years since I've been down there. I did a lot of times back in the 90s. And in the past 15 years, I've probably been there twice. It's hectic.
It's hectic. So do you hold it, or do you take trucker bombs with you?
What's that?
Do you hold it, or do you take trucker bombs?
I tell you, I don't have to kill you. It's quite a trip from the dealer's room to the facilities. I'll say that.
We're gonna investigate doing branded trucker bombs, and then we're gonna put it up for auction.
Oh.
Except for Mustafa. Mustafa is already abstained.
No, I'm gonna hold it.
He's gonna hold it.
I'm gonna hold it.
You see Mustafa dancing behind his table. That's not to get your attention, people.
Hey, John.
More of a sidle, left and right.
Hey, John. Have you ever had the experience at a convention where somebody comes up to you and says, "Last year you did me a great drawing," and you say, "Would you like another one?" And they go, "No, I have one."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had that.
Yeah.
No, I'm good.
Yeah, one's enough. Yeah.
So, anyways, I wanted to dive into. Has anybody been watching the What If series that's been on Disney Plus?
A few of them.
I have not caught up.
I've seen the first.
I only saw the first couple episodes.
It's awesome. I've been enjoying it. I just watched the latest one yesterday of what if Thor didn't have Loki for a brother, and where he's party Thor. Dorian,
is it Chris Hemsworth?
Thor?
It is. It
Oh,
is.
cool.
It's like a who's who. It's like everybody came back except for Brie Larson. Natalie
busy
Portman
making Nissan
came
commercials.
back, Samuel L. Jackson came back. Like all these great actors came back, and just to hear Helmsworth, you could tell he's enjoying it. So basically,
He said he wants to play Thor the rest of his life. Like he would do it for the rest of his life.
He should.
Yeah.
He should. As soon as he stops playing Thor, he'll be irrelevant.
Him and Walt Simonson are the only two people to make Thor interesting.
You know, you're right.
Yeah.
Simonson.
I'm sorry, Simonson. Walt Simonson. Yeah. He's not an interesting character. It's only those two guys that have made him interesting.
Yeah, but at the beginning when he was lame Don Blake and had to be Thor, and then they rethought this and went, wait a second. Anybody who found that hammer would be Thor? We have to rethink this legend.
Yep. And after 60 seconds, he returns back to Don Blake. Who gives a crap about Don Blake?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it was to teach him humility.
But of course, Helmsworth didn't take off until Waikiki.
Waikiki.
Taika
Waikiki.
Taika Waititi.
That was great.
White titties.
So.
Anyways, when he showed up, that guy.
Well, so what made Thor interesting was when he was in other movies. Like Thor in his actual movies wasn't that great, but when he was in Avengers, then Joss Whedon or whoever was writing them, and it was like, oh, this is actually a pretty entertaining character. Pretty good actor that can do this guy. And then Taika just took it to the next level. Like that was a Jack Kirby comic book, is what that was.
Yeah. Like the opening scene when he's dangling on the chain in front of Surtur, and he's like, Surtur, son of a bitch is still alive. I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, this is gonna be awesome.
Yeah, the first 5 minutes of that movie made me like, holy crap! I think I care about Thor all of a sudden
Yep,
because I
absolutely.
never did before.
Sun's
See, I
coming
never
down,
really
big
did
guy.
either, except the Kirby stuff.
Yeah,
So who
Yeah.
did you care about?
who did I care about? I
Yeah,
liked
if you
Batman.
didn't care about Thor. Who were the characters that you were?
We care
invested
about you.
For Marvel,
Yeah.
Punisher. I liked Punisher. I liked guys
Okay.
I could relate to, just guys in suits. You know, like a Batman. You know, Thor was like some space god. I can't relate to that.
Wait,
You
wait,
can
wait.
relate to a
You can relate to
multi-billionaire who's had his
Punisher?
parents killed.
I can totally relate to no, but they're humanized at least. Like Thor, there's nothing human about him. You know.
Well,
Lobos,
I think
can
the
you
fact
relate
that
to
he
the
couldn't,
Punisher?
right, the fact that he couldn't get to Jane Foster made him like a sympathetic character. Like you're a god, but your dad keeps telling you no. You know.
Well, but wasn't he interested in Sif? Like that's the comics I was reading.
Sif, the goddess of venereal disease? Yeah, I think so.
Yes, he was very interested in that. Apparently,
Oh,
And her sister, Clack.
Right.
wait till you see. So basically, in this latest episode, Party Thor decides that he's going to introduce aliens to Middle Earth, and he starts with Vegas, and the party just takes over the whole world. And how they resolve it is pretty interesting.
cool.
Yeah.
His
Are
parent
there
comes in and says the
episodes
party-
left, or are they done now?
Well, apparently there's
No,
10
that's-
episodes.
There's 10. Wow.
There's 10 episodes. Yeah,
I never
but-
read John Constantine, but I loved Preacher, which was written by the same guy, and yeah, that was awesome.
Preacher's great.
Preacher was my favorite comic series. Yeah.
Did you see the trailer for Sandman?
Mm-mm.
Oh, go check it out. Netflix just released the trailer for Sandman, and it looks really good.
Well, Neil Gaiman's like he's hands on with it, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I think I'm the only person who ever inked a Neil Gaiman drawing. He did a Spider-Man drawing for charity, and I inked it. And he sent me a little note saying, "Thank you. You made me look like I could draw." So
That's awesome.
That's cool. Well, that's a good question. Let's go around the horn on that. So Mustafa apparently relates to Punisher.
Well, he's just a dude. He's no powers.
Yeah, but he kills people.
Okay,
As we all want
not
to.
100% ratio of relate to him, but you know.
Like I'm sure your family's fine. Okay, other than ex-wives.
I'm not. I haven't been married. What are you talking about?
You haven't been married?
No, we've talked about this like 5 times. It's okay. It's okay.
Oh, all right. Well, maybe I was thinking about mine. Anyways, let's go down to Jamie. Jamie, Jamie said, "Screw it, I'm out." Let's go to Lobos. He's been real quiet. Lobos, comic book characters you relate to?
None that I could think of, really.
There we go. That's quick, short. To the
how about
point.
the White
I don't
Tiger?
know.
He's Hispanic.
There's no Hispanic famous superheroes that I know of. If I would have known, but I don't know. None really. Just like reading them.
You didn't relate to. So what books did you read?
Well, I did mostly all of them. I was like not a fan of just one. I was mostly just follow the artwork really, than the actual story. I was more the visual guy, comic books. I follow the artist.
I like Daredevil a lot too. He had powers, but he got hit a lot, and he was very relatable.
Yeah.
Well, that's why Frank Miller said that Daredevil was a hero, because 3 out of 4 fights he always lost.
Yeah. Like he had those powers, and it just barely kept him from dying, basically.
Well, didn't they do the same thing with Spider-Man? The whole point of Spider-Man is that he's going to be going through the ringer. Like he would have actual teenage problems.
Yeah, so like Spider-Man had powers, but he's definitely the most relatable character I think that has powers. You know,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because all the sensitive
Yeah.
kids who like to read and wish they were strong and popular, you know, and then he got strong and popular, or strong, and like nobody cared. He's still a dweeb. We don't want to know you. And then he would have Flash Thompson idolize Spider-Man. So like very schizophrenic about how people treated Peter.
All right, Ariel has just joined us, and I have no idea what she
Yay.
did. I need a translation.
she's saying what's up.
Yeah,
Yay.
what's up, dude?
Really, Vado is dude?
Yes.
Vatos and dude, yeah.
Oh, all right. Ku onda vato yourself.
No.
Go on. Hey, que onda, vato?
This one.
Okay. There's no K there.
Who are you married to?
Oh man.
Okay. Jamie is just shaking his head. Jamie, who did you? Now that you've got your Wi-Fi back. Oh, I hope my wife's not listening.
You said Q?
Say cool.
Okay. Anyways, Jamie, now that your Wi-Fi's working, who did you relate to? It seems like Mustafa relates to characters that kill people or get beaten up.
Yes, I do.
Till people are beaten up. That's a great recipe.
That's all the stuff right there.
Yeah,
Man,
that's me. That's me in high school.
jeez. When I grew up, I was mostly reading X-Men. I like the X-Men the best because they were outcasts, and I think anyone that had a tough childhood kind of related to the X-Men because they felt different from everybody else. They never really felt like the rest of society. They never really fit in, and you know, they were discriminated against and viewed. They were even viewed by fellow heroes as outcasts. So I definitely related to the X-Men. Definitely.
My only issue with the X-Men books were they were so connected to like 20 years of storylines that like you really had to do your like research to understand like what they're talking about and who they're talking about and all of that. And then they would connect them from one book to the other after a while. So I liked the concept of the X-Men a lot, and I like the artwork, but it would be like, you know, continued from last issue, and I'm like, but I don't have what is going on here? I'd still read them though. I love Jim Lee and Silvestri and all those guys. So
yeah, that's definitely 90s X-Men. For me, it was the Byrne run. That's where I got introduced to.
Byrne, yeah.
It was just a little before my time, but yeah, that stuff is great.
Well, I'm older than you, so just a little bit. But that's where I got my affinity for Alpha Flight. Wolverine.
Yeah.
I was reading X-Men when Wolverine had no hair on his arms. Because I always thought it was part of his costume.
Oh man.
So yeah.
Well, yeah. What was it? They thought the claws were part of his costume until like he popped them outside of the gloves. Yeah.
Yeah, and that was John Byrne's idea, wasn't it, Joe?
Sure, everything was John Byrne's idea.
The William,
you know,
John
tells me that as a child he sent a letter to these kids in Cleveland suggesting a character called Superman.
He's comic books Gene Simmons. You know, we invented that.
Right.
Well, what's funny is whenever he would draw him as Logan, he dressed him up as Jack Nicholson from The Shining.
Really?
Think about it. Think about it. When you see Jack Nicholson,
he was based on that hockey. No, he was based on that hockey player in Slapshot. If you've ever seen Slapshot, there's this one player that wears the Canadian tuxedo and has the mutton chops and whatnot. I can't think of his name. He only did that movie, but that's who John based Logan on.
Well, okay, so then maybe they dressed up Jack Nicholson in The Shining like Logan, because if you watch it when he's going into the cabin, he's dressed like Logan. He's got the exact same outfit.
Yeah, but did Wolverine dress like that when Cockrum was drawing him? Because I don't think John started it.
Yeah,
no, you never saw Logan outside of his uniform when Cockrum.
Yeah, Byrne beefed him up a little bit. Cockrum didn't care about him. Cockrum cared about Nightcrawler.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, you didn't see Wolverine on the cover until Byrne was doing covers.
Yeah,
like the classic Hellfire cover.
Yeah,
like that was his coming out party.
There were a couple that.
Anybody want to talk about free sketches at cons?
Wait, Ariel's offering free sketches?
No, I don't know. That
Ladies and gentlemen, if you want a free sketch by Ariel Diaz at New York Comic Con, put it in right now.
Yeah, I saw on some forum people were like kind of scamming artists for free sketches and then selling them on eBay. You know, they'd be like, "Oh, could I do this for my kid?" And then they'd see it on eBay like 2 days later.
Seriously?
Yeah, it sucks. People are terrible.
Wow.
Yeah. So if it's a free sketch, I think don't try it
for 30 years about a free sketch.
Yeah.
Ariel's backtracking. No free sketches.
No sketches for you.
Yeah,
I
Caleb, like,
always tell
that's not
people
what
if
she
it's
said.
under a minute, it's a free sketch. After that, I got to charge them.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think.
Well, I
the
told you
only
guys
time-
my free sketch story, right?
Yes.
Was that the guy that
The
was
kid that comes
going,
And kept wanting like
No.
editorial direction on it.
Well, no, this was the guy that came over to my table and says, "Oh, do you know such and such?" Yeah. Did he mention me to you? No. Well, I was hoping to get a free sketch. Yeah, you and everybody else here. I said, "Look, I don't have time. I've got, I've got a list here. I don't have time to do a free sketch for you." Oh, okay. And he just kind of hung around my table and kind of moped the whole day. And finally, I said to him, "All right, look, I can do some little sketch for you. What would you like?" Craven fighting Spider-Man. I said, "You out of your mind? 2 figures?" So he hung around a little more, and finally I said, "All right, here's a little quick gesture." I did it, and he says, "Is that all I get?" And then like 25 years later, he showed up at a show here. This is going back probably 7 or 8 years now. Throws it on my desk, goes, "Hey," or on my table, and goes, "I'll have to have you finish this sometime." And he haunted me till I finally just said, "Here, I'm not doing it. That's all, And he's a lawyer now.
Uh-oh. You got to be nice to him, John. They can sue you for free.
Let him. I got nothing to take.
Ariel says, I will do a free sketch for a kid if it's personalized.
Right.
Well, I got 4 of them then lining up for you, Ariel.
Oh boy.
I've had many children just to get free sketches from Ariel.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, that's why you had him.
Yeah. Hey, John, between me and you, we can keep her busy for a whole con.
That's right. That's right.
Bring them on. All right. You asked for it, Ariel.
Come on.
Challenge
Oh, man.
accepted. We're going to make it legend. Wait for it.
Dairy.
Thank you.
Yeah, I remember. I think she had a story about somebody wanting an Iron Man sketch. I think for their kid, and then they ended up just not paying, and so she turned it into a print, and I'm sure she sells a ton of them.
Wow. There you go. Did she do the colors on the Ghost Rider?
She did. Did you see him yet?
No. Are you going to show it to us?
Well, it's digital, so I don't know. I can share it on Messenger.
Okay.
It looks great. It looks great, and it's not neon like some people think.
Did I say something about it being neon?
You might have.
I did?
Yeah, you might have.
Did you hear him say a boot? He said a boot.
Well, you got to fill it, right? Hey, Nick
gotta fill the
brings up
boots.
an interesting thing. Nick brings up an interesting. How do you guys feel about the Stan Lee and Ditko family trying to take back their characters and Marvel preempting, suing everyone?
Yeah, I think anybody that's on Marvel's side really has the wrong idea about how things should work.
Like, what is going? Like, I'm all for. I'm all like, why can't they just stroke the check? Like they can't afford it.
Yeah. Well, I've said this story. Like once Disney bought Marvel, their rates went down. That's crazy to me.
Right. Right.
Like they got money. Clearly, they got money. They should funnel it to the creators.
Well, there's a reason that Zach, what's it? The cartoon, the ogre. What's his name? Shrek.
Shrek.
There's a reason why in the Shrek movies they're referred to as the Empire of Evil.
What's that?
Well, those guys, the K in the partner in those movies, Spielberg,
Katzenberg.
He used to work for them. He hates them. The whole point of the Shrek thing was to point out how awful Disney was. It's like they may be the happiest place on earth, but they don't treat their people well. They don't really. It's like when the Shrek movies first happened, all the artists on it got a percentage of the revenues, and they made some good checks. And then Disney went, "Yeah, we're not going to do that anymore. We're just keeping your money," and that's it. What are you going to do? And so, the comic books don't sell. If I get a job at Marvel, which hasn't happened for 5 years, and they say, "Okay, we'll pay you $200 to do the X-Men." I went, "Okay, great." It says, "Okay, now we'd like you to do the Avengers." "Oh, okay, great, but we'll only pay you $150 for that." I went, "Oh, okay." It says, "Okay, now we want you to do the Defenders." I went, "Oh, okay, but we'll only pay you $100 for that." I went,
Yeah,
"Oh."
and if you agree to that rate, you get locked in.
Right, so it's basically rate roulette.
Yeah.
Like I'll take the book. I wonder what they'll pay me.
Well, there'll be an A rate and a B rate, and if you're working on a big
And a
book, well, yeah, right. And then if you agree to a B rate for a smaller book, like I don't know, Moon
but
Knight, I don't know, whatever a smaller book would be. What's up?
What's driving that pay rate?
What's driving that is just
Competition?
greed, man. It's just greed.
Well, the books don't sell. I don't know that I
Right.
used to make when I started Superman at DC, my first royalty check was something like $8,000. When I ended 7 years later, it was
Jeez.
$150.
That was per issue.
Yeah.
Wow.
$8,000 for one comic book.
Don't need Comic Cons then.
Yeah, and so it's like I guess the books don't sell because there was the Defenders in the 1970s or 80s was canceled because it was only selling a lousy 125,000 copies a month. Now that's a mega hit. You know, so the books are just
but who are they paying this rate to? To people in the U.S. or people in the other side of the world?
Well, also, somebody in Brazil can spend 3 days on one lousy page for $100, and from what I can tell, that's good money in Brazil.
Right, that's what I'm
But
saying.
in the U.S., $30 a day does not get you much. So
Yeah,
why not?
there's guys in the Philippines
Pretty
taking
much
way less than they
outsourced.
should.
Yeah,
Guys in
yeah.
South America taking way less than they should.
And India and everybody else. So they've outsourced the artwork, except for stars like Jim Lee and Capullo and people like that.
Right. And it's kind of like, I don't know, Steve's talked about it, like, Teamsters, how they like take a ton of money, right, to do work that people could do for cheaper, right? And so I'm afraid maybe American artists have become Teamsters a little bit, where we're like, hey, we should be paid this much. And then they're like, oh, we'll just get some guy, that can do this work for less. Well, we just don't have a union about it.
Right. Well, firstly, I think there's nothing wrong with unions because they protect people.
Right.
But they did try to establish guilds over the years for comic book rates, which they weren't unions, because a union dictates what everybody gets. But a guild is like, here's a general idea, and at least we'll, bond together for some reason. I don't know what guilds give you, because the company can just say, I'm firing you and I'll fire you and I'll hire the next guy in Brazil for half your rate. And what are you going to do about it? So.
Yeah, don't get me started on Teamsters.
On what?
Yeah.
Teamsters.
Oh, yeah.
I have a big bill to back that one up.
Right.
Anyways, no, I just think that's, it's I hope they win. If they're actually going to take them to the court to try to protect the rights to like Spider-Man, Avengers, and everything, I hope they lose. And then if they lose, wow, what a quagmire that's going to kick open.
Yeah, well, it's going to set a precedent.
They'll settle out of court for money, and they'll throw money in those guys' direction, but probably not as much as they should get.
I mean, look, supposedly Jack and Stan signed contracts that said, okay, we're giving up the rights to these people. Not in 1963, but years later. This is just to cover their asses. But of course, the way the thing is structured is the company makes the money, not Jack and Stan and all those people. So sure, all their families should be compensated. And if they start getting whatever, $100,000 a year as compensation, Marvel spends that for stationery or something. I mean, it won't kill them. But then every other family will try it too.
They spend that on legal fees suing artists.
Oh, yeah.
But, I mean...
On the coffee for the lawyers suing.
Right.
Yeah.
Supposedly, they gave people like
There you
Starlin...
go. That's it.
Right. Supposedly, they gave people like Starlin and Simonson, all these people who had something to do with the creation of the characters, some kind of money in advance to say, okay, don't sue us later. Are you happy with this now? Yeah. Okay, fine. So we'll use Thanos forever. We'll use, Thor as a frog, whatever. But the lawsuits are, to get paid, I had to sign a piece of paper that was unjust to me. And you could go work at McDonald's or you could work for Marvel and sign a piece of paper that will kick you in the ass years later, which is what it does.
So they changed the rules at some point, because I know Liefeld, he gets like 5% of everything Deadpool and 5% of everything Cable and Shatterstar and all the other characters you created.
Right.
So like you can live pretty well if you get 5% of that.
Yeah.
But they didn't have that in place until, he was around, I guess.
Well, I know, I can't say who, but I know a guy who created a project at Marvel, and this is like the 80s. And it said, okay, we'll get you $5,000 if we make a movie. And then they went to make a movie and says, well, here's your $5,000. It's like, what? That was 40 years ago, and it renegotiated for like a lousy 50.
Wow.
You know, which is what they do catering on a week at a movie. You know. So,
Yeah.
Well, the argument that Disney's putting ahead is that it was work for hire. Is that what is it called?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I remember when I was working for Disney doing Beauty and the Beast, they had that in the contract that if you drew anything while in the studio, it was their property.
Right.
So nobody would draw anything in the studio.
Which is why after a while,
Loophole.
writers probably wanted to stop doing their best work because they were going to save it for their own projects and their own characters.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, like I remember the only time we would draw anything other than like we had a thing called the Wall of Shame, and let's just say that some creative stuff happened to Belle, and
Oh no.
on that wall because nobody would draw anything else because they would own it. So like, and I think there was a lawsuit about that where somebody did a drawing. I don't know, it was like SpongeBob or something like that. It became a famous cartoon down the road, Ren and Stimpy or something like that. But he did an original drawing, the first drawings of it, and posted it up in his cubicle. And Disney tried to own it, and that was like a whole thing. But anyways, there we go. So there you go. There's our conversation on that, Nick, in terms of the Marvel. With that said, Marvel, we love you.
Yeah. Keep making your movies.
Call me. We have plans. Anyways, the reason why I brought up What If and asked if you guys saw it was I wanted to know if you guys ever thought about what would be a cool What If story. Does anybody have any ideas of what would be? Jamie, you've been quiet. Cool What If story. Pull from your archives of X-Men and comics galore. Maybe even MCU. What if? Blah, blah, blah. What would be your What If episode you'd want to see?
Well, see, here's the thing. I don't think in terms of just confining it to the MCU. The biggest What If I ever had actually came out as a comic. It was the Avengers versus the Justice League. That's really what I wanted to see. And then when it came out, I was like, oh, okay, well, that satisfies that little thing. So that would have probably have been my pick. But I guess if I had to go with one now, it would probably be, oh gosh. Well, what if we did the terrible first Fantastic Four movie versus the Trank Fantastic Four movie team and see who would win? That'd be
that first movie was Shakespeare compared to that Trank movie.
That was horrible.
What's Trank?
That's the one from 2015. Josh
Where
Trank.
they were all young.
Yeah.
They were all.
Why is it called Trank?
That's the director's name, Josh Trank.
Yeah, it was just stupid as hell. I mean, it's like, let the kids relate to it. Let's make them all teenagers. It was just dumb.
Yeah.
Well, you could probably get that in Multitude of Madness, right?
Multiverse.
No, the next Doctor Strange one.
Yeah, Multiverse of Madness.
Oh, is it Multiverse? Sorry.
Yeah, Multitude is just a lot of madness.
Well, they've already released that Ash is going to have his cameo in it.
Ash from Pokemon? Who's Ash?
Oh, Evil Dead.
Oh, Ash. Oh, yeah. Well, he's in every Sam Raimi movie.
Yeah, Bruce Campbell leaked it and even showed a picture of the script. So
that's awesome.
Yeah. So
that's awesome.
Doctor Strange is looking for the book, and
that's cool.
Yeah, and apparently he stumbles upon Ash, and Ash goes, "Does it have a face on it?"
That's awesome.
The Darkhold. Okay. That's what he's looking for.
Yeah. What about if speaking of Fantastic Four, what about if Dr. Doom led the Fantastic Four? Have they done that yet?
Didn't they?
That seems
probably.
That seems likely.
Or if he was a member of the Fantastic Four, you know?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Something like that.
What if Reed Richards were Dr. Doom?
I think they did that one.
Was that? Yeah. Something.
They've done that one where Reed Richards goes evil.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that what happened to the Ultimate Reed Richards? He became oh God, what I forget the name, but he wears a helmet now, very Dr. Doomish helmet.
Okay.
Anyways,
What if Marvel paid their rights to the creators?
Well, you know, when the price of comic books went up, 10 cents, 12. I remember when I was a kid, I saw an ad for a comic book that was 15 cents, and it's like, oh my God, because it was 12-cent comic books, and that was the first time you realized the rate was going up. And when the prices go up, they can't negotiate with the printer, they can't negotiate with the paper salesman, they can't negotiate with the distributors. So what are we going to do? Let's drop the artists and writers rates because they'll have to take it.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember comics were $1 when I was reading them, and then they went up to $1.25. And I remember the first book I saw that was $1.25 was Darkhawk, and I was like, "Oh man, this book must be amazing," and it wasn't. But it was 25 cents more.
There is a whole Facebook group, and all they do is try to boost up the value of that damn book.
I mean, I worked on a cover to Darkhawk, so like I hope it does.
Nick says, what if Magneto was paralyzed and Professor X still had his legs?
Then he would wear shoes more.
Well, I think Professor X does have his legs again, doesn't he?
I don't know. It comes and goes.
Well, wasn't that original concept for John Byrne's What If years ago? That Magneto had taken over the X-Men or started the X-Men and he was in a wheelchair? Wasn't that part of it?
I don't know if he was part of it, but I know they did that.
Nobody can hear me anyway. The stupid thing's hung up again.
We can hear you.
We can hear you, John.
Before you say anything else.
Every week you think we can't hear you, and we can.
John, we see you. We love you, buddy. To answer your question, that's when they had Xavier's son Legion go back in time to kill Magneto.
I'm gonna get out and get back in because I can't hear anything.
Okay.
All right. Let's talk about it. I have this great, what's his name, Flair story. I really want to tell him. So,
Ric Flair.
Ric Flair story. Yeah.
Woo! Yes, Brendan. Age of Apocalypse. That's what it was. That's what that. And then Magneto starts the X-Men. That's when Apocalypse basically reigns supreme. Well, what if? How about? I've always wanted to know what if the villains won Secret Wars? No,
you know, there was an episode of Doctor Who where all the bad guys actually succeeded, and the world was the way the bad guys wanted it to be. It was really awful. It was like really depressing, and there was no reason to keep living. And you know, it's like, what do these bad guys want to have? I want to rule the world, and what? Figure out taxes and aqueducts and crop rotation. I mean, what's the point of ruling the world? How much fun is that?
They never really answer that, right? It's like, Dr. Doom, you're the ruler of the world. Now what?
Well, he just makes everybody feel just terrible all the time. I mean, that's a good hobby. You know.
What's your policy on global warming?
Yeah.
Doom will rule the world. Okay, you rule it now, but we got a problem. We got global warming. We've got homelessness. Come on. Lobo,
Alexander ruled the world. Was he happy? I don't think so.
Yeah. John's back.
I'm back.
We hear you. John, give me
Good.
a what if.
What's that?
Give me a what if scenario.
Joe was telling about a Ric Flair story. As soon as you left.
Right.
Oh, really?
All right. Hey, Joe, Ric Flair story.
It's been done.
Okay. Was it the
It's a good
helicopter?
story. You had to be here.
Yeah.
Great. With the helicopter?
The picture.
What?
They have to secure your face.
Anyways, John, do you have a what if story? We're going around concepts for what if.
Seems like every time I thought of one, they do it. I mean, they've wrung that pretty much out, except for newer continuity that I don't know much about. I don't know. What if I was still doing comics? I guess. I mean, I love that. I love that one that Byrne did back in the early '80s when the X-Men were hot, and he had an idea for one where Magneto had taken out the X-Men in their early days, and then used them to. He became their leader. He killed Professor X, and he took out all the other superheroes and locked them all up in an asteroid M or whatever. And everything was fine until Galactus came along, because Alicia wasn't there to charm the Silver Surfer. So Galactus ate the world, and Asteroid M with all the superheroes went flying off into space. I thought that was a great story, and I guess they did finally put it out, but it was years later, and John had very little to do with it, and it was watered down. But I love that story, and the sketches that he had for the original concepts of the X-Men were amazing. Beast had claws and whatnot, strap-on claws though. Angel was Archangel, and Magneto was, I think, in a wheelchair. He was in Days of Future Past, if you remember. So he kind of took over the Professor X spot.
I think Mustafa loves the fact that you just said Beast had a strap on.
No,
Yeah,
I love the
strap
fact
on,
that I
yeah.
looked up and I
Thought
saw
of that,
Steven
looked at it.
smiling and trying to keep it together, and I was like, shh. And he can't. Hey, fun fact: my first ever published work was in What If.
Oh yeah, what was the?
I was 12 years old, and I wrote a letter, and it was my first ever published letter that I wrote to What If issue 24, with what if Wolverine became Lord of the Vampires.
Oh, cool.
And there was a scene where Wolverine slices off Kitty Pryde's head, and I was like, that was really cool, guys. I don't know what I wrote, something like that.
That's cool.
Yeah, that was dumb 12-year-old.
I identify with that.
I identify with that, with Kitty Pryde.
All right, Lobos. All right, Top Gun. Ghost Rider, the pattern is full. Give us a what if scenario.
I don't know. It's just it has to be Marvel only.
No,
Be a mix
let's jump around. What if?
Oh, if it can be a mix.
Yeah,
Oh,
mix it.
I was thinking like, what if Matt Murdock was actually Batman?
Well,
Yeah,
someone
see
made
that
a
question.
great point that Daredevil should be called Batman and Batman should be called Daredevil.
no. Ghost Rider should be called Daredevil.
Yes.
Why? Why would Ghost
Why? Because he is a literal daredevil when he was alive, and he is a devil.
Oh,
He is Daredevil. He is not Ghost Rider.
right.
Yeah.
So yeah, kind of aligns the powers a little bit better. Matt Murdock being Batman, blind, see with his ears like a bat.
He would be Batman. Yeah.
But bats, don't they do like their sonar with the clucking?
What?
They cluck, right? Not like a chicken cluck, but they do a sound that sends out the sonar that bounces.
Like the bad guys in Last of Us.
I'll take your word for it. I don't know.
I just know that bats are adorable when they walk, and they're all like, yeah.
Not really.
No? I don't know. Bats, when they try to walk, they're all cute.
Oh, I got nailed by a bat the other day in my backyard. It was not fun.
They got bats up there, huh?
Really?
Well, in my backyard, I have an overhang, and they like to hang up there sometimes. So we're having a beer, a wobbly pop, and suddenly I literally got hit in the side of the head. A bat like literally flew and hit me in the side of the head, and it goes to show I got nothing in here because the bat was like all confused on the ground, going like this, and everybody was laughing their ass off. Meanwhile, I'm going, "What the hell just happened?" Anyways,
I think while you weren't looking, your wife threw a bat at you.
that's possible.
Yeah.
She just hit me in the back of the head and threw the bat on the ground. Kayla says bats are basically sky puppies.
Sky puppies.
All right, guys, it's top of the hour. So once again, thank you for joining us. This is MBartist Alley Live. I am your host, Stephen Ahola. Around the table, who do we got still here? Mustafa Musa, inker. We've got Lobos, the rookie. He's in. We've got legendary inker Joe Rubenstein. We've got the villainous villains, Jamie Coker. John was here, except he keeps having technical issues. Anyways, we've got, let's run through our featured prints. You guys have been just yammering away, and we love it. And each yammer you post up there, we're going to give you a ticket, and we're going to do a draw in T-minus 16 minutes. But here's what you can potentially win. We're going to walk through the featured art prints. We've got Bob McLeod, who apparently isn't going to give us 12 minutes of his time today. Fantastic Four, Doom of Galactus. Temerity, Edith by Chad Harden. Sabrina the Teenage Witch by Francine Delgado.
She draws like a girl.
Sonic the Hedgehog by Jamie Coker.
He draws like a girl. Okay.
Oh,
Oh.
Mm-mm.
James C. Mulligan.
He
Lion
is a girl.
Dude,
I mean, you're not wrong.
Hey, guys.
Hi, guys. Hi.
Speaking of girls, Joe Rubenstein's Green Hornet.
I'm taking lessons. Okay.
John Hebert's Scarlet Witch.
Sexist.
Mustafa and Lobos, Wonder Woman.
Nice shoulders.
I'll take it.
Look at a pair of the shoulders on her.
Battle of the Planets by yours truly. And anyways, there's our 9 features. Let's throw them all up. We're going to walk you through how you can get them. Like I said, somebody's going to win one of these. Their choice. We're going to do the draw in 14 minutes. Or if you can't wait, just say claim Lion King. Claim Lion King, and Lovejeet will reach out and help you guys do your order. Or go to, did you say Wobbly Pop? Yes, I did, Brandon. Or you can go to MBartist.com, select any one of these, whether it be Fine Art, Platinum, or Canvas. And when you check out, put in the promo code free shipping, and we will give you exactly that. Always. Fill your boots. That's right. Fill your boots, mofo.
Fill your hand, you son of a bitch. Okay.
Did they ever do What If Dr. Doom was a Herald of Galactus?
Oh, I don't think
Now
so.
they're
I'm
going
not familiar.
They're gonna do it. Yeah.
Right.
I think Mustafa just froze. Mustafa.
Did it?
Oh, there we go. Oh, wow.
I'm just focused.
Oh, all right. Very good. Nick says, pull my name, Lovejeet.
Right. Right.
All right.
Is that
Anyway.
a euphemism?
I don't know.
Okay.
I probably should have just let that roll by. Scroll by. All right, guys. It's show and tell time. Joe, you seem to be feverishly drawing away. What do you got for us for today?
A not yet completed Shanna the She-Devil cover for MBartist,
Oh,
and a splash for Power Comic Books drawn by Ron Wilson, and a cover for the same people.
oh, that's
And
cool.
Power Comics. Everybody who has gray in their hair gets to work for this company.
How is Ron doing, anyways?
He's drawn a bunch for me.
You know, Ron Wilson was supposed to join us, and then he just
I know.
disappeared.
I can guilt him if you want.
Guilt him. His website's still sitting on our server. All right, show and tell time. Lobos, what do you got, buddy?
All I got right now is Panthro. I'm working on the Tigra. That one right there, but I'll have Tiger later on today, which will be too late. But maybe next week I'll show it to you guys.
Can you show us? Can you give us a work in progress show, or is
I don't, because I have it on the screen. I was just draw doodles. I'll sketch it on the screen and then I'll transfer it to paper.
Oh, cool. Do you print it? Like, do you print it on 11x17, or do you?
No, I just do all the rough sketches when I'm here at home. Usually when I'm in the show, I use a tablet, like a sketchbook, and do all my doodles there. And then when I see a composition coming about, I'll do a fresh piece of paper.
Oh, okay, cool.
Who would you say?
Here at home, I use the screen. That's what I use.
Hey, who would you say are your biggest artistic influences?
Well, we got ones I grew up with was Tom McFarlane, of course. I like him. I like Will Portasio, Joe Quesada, his composition stuff. Chris Bacalo, Adam Hughes. A whole bunch of them, man.
I guess so.
Oh, that's a good start.
He was waiting to hear Rubenstein.
No, he did. He knows that he'll owe Joe $5 then.
No.
Oh yeah.
Actually, since it's show and tell, an interesting comment crept across here, Jamie. How much longer till Joker Villain series is for sale, Jamie Coker? That's you, Jamie.
That would be Jamie. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, it cut out for a second. The Joker is done, and Brendan actually sent me a preview. He got some of the canvases for New York.
Yep.
Already?
The
Wow.
Joker will be ready for New York. Right now, it's available on Brendan's lawn.
Yeah.
So
Wow,
anybody
that's
can drive by and pick up their copy. So the Joker will be available. The reason why we fast track that one is we're working on a little something with some voice talent. So hopefully we can get that rolling. John, do you have any show and tell you can show us?
I will in a minute. I had to come out on the deck so my Wi-Fi would work. So if you can get on to another subject, I'll be right back with some show and tell.
All right. So
Okay.
John's going to get off his deck and he's going to grab some show and tell. And we'll leave all the deck jokes for next week. Mustafa, what do you got?
So let's see. I got to work on a cover for Zombie Tramp. If you guys know what that thing is, it's like an indie book. And the character went away for a while and is making its big return. So, I'm sorry?
It's a
It's a
zombie.
zombie, I know, right? It's making its return again. Yeah. I got to work with it with my buddy Bill McKay. So no freeze frames on this because it hasn't been released yet. But that's what it looks like, her grand return. Also, I have something from the Lobos camp. I got a Dark Side that I'll be working on later.
Oh, cool.
First time he ever drew Dark Side. Not bad, huh?
I like the chin piece.
And then we got Invincible.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that should be fun. First time you ever drew Invincible too, right, Pablo?
Yep.
Yeah.
So, Pablo, did you give Darkseid the big chin piece because he has a gloss jaw underneath there?
Yeah, I guess I just saw a picture. That's what I used as reference. I don't know.
Very cool.
First time for a lot of these characters, I'm not used to drawing, like drawing women. But
Let's just leave that one right there. Are we able to see the colored Ghost Rider? Or are you going to make us wait?
I'm gonna make you wait. I'm gonna make you go to my Instagram where I'll post it there. That'll get people to follow me. They won't. I've got like 5 followers.
Well, it's 5 more than you had before you got hacked.
Yeah.
All right, and I think I went around the horn there. We're just waiting for John. John, are you ready? Can you hear me? Do you want to show us some art? Brendan says you two are awesome together. You should consider taking commissions at shows together.
Literally the last 2 things we showed you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kayla says, I feel you, Pablo. Men are hard to draw. Why are they hard to draw? I think men are easier to draw.
Oh, because you're a dude.
No, it's like I understand, like I enjoy drawing women better, but in terms of being able to translate the femininity of the soft features, I think men are easier because they have more anchor points.
Yeah, and a woman has to be pretty, and that's harder to get to than just a guy.
Yeah, except for Mustafa.
Right, he's pretty already.
Yeah, that's why he has the beard. He's got to hide that baby soft face.
I heard the police are looking for him in 14 states.
Yeah, that's why the beard. Yep.
On the other states, he's just on the side of a milk carton.
Yeah, I'm missing.
All right, what do you got, John? Silent era John has appeared because he has us on mute. The Magneto. There we go. I bet you it won't be pixelated this time.
Hey, it's not pixelated.
There we go. Unpixelated Magneto. Is that a commission, John?
And it's on mute.
Yes. Okay, I'm going to do it for him. What? Oh, man, not again. Oh, I told those guys. Indiana Jones. Is that the commission from Dallas?
I think that's Han Solo.
Yeah. I also would like to show you my underpants, but I'll show you this instead.
Oh, I remember that, dude.
The Sheik. Is that the Sheik?
It's
the
Sheik
Sheik
to
up
be the
shot.
Sheik.
John, you got us on mute, buddy. You got to unmute us.
You remember in the 80s when it was chic to be the chic?
There we go. Can you hear me?
Hey,
I hear you. Yes,
That's an
I got a
improvement.
feeling I wasn't dubbing you properly, so I thought I'd let you know.
Yeah.
So is that the latest figure pop, the Chic?
That's the latest, but it's not the Chic.
Oh, who is it?
It's Sabu.
Oh, Sabu.
Oh, Stephen, I'm embarrassed for you.
I know. I know. Oh, wait. Before we lose you again, Jamie, what should we do?
Like, comment, subscribe.
There you go. Do you have anything for show and tell, sir?
Besides the Joker, I've got this. I just finished coloring this comic cover that is coming out soon. It's an indie comic.
Cool.
A failed powerlifter becomes like a Viking superhero.
That's great,
So that's going to be coming out.
So I have a question, and this might be not you, but how do you become a failed power lifter?
I was thinking that.
That is a question you'd have to ask the writer. I just illustrate.
Did he like try to lift something really heavy and he didn't get it off the ground and he quit?
No,
Like,
there are competitions.
He tore something.
They have competitions and they lift all of the things. They have a competition where they lift the things and all of these things. They lift up things.
I pick things up and put them down.
He tore his hibiscus.
He picked something up and forgot to put it down. That's what it was.
I did not know I could put it down.
Who knows?
I picked something up and forgot to put it down.
Wah. we still have to do that show where everybody has to talk like a wrestler.
they get exhausting after a while.
Yeah, maybe.
Woo, you think so?
Yeah,
Let me tell you something, punk.
I know John's up for it.
I'm always up for
I'll
it.
do 5 minutes, and then after that,
All right, there we go. Next week, first 5 minutes, we're doing wrestling promos.
Oh, okay.
Well, next week we'll be in New York, right?
Oh,
That's
that's
right.
right. There's not going to be a show next week because I have to figure out how I'm getting.
We'll just talk to New Yorkers like that.
Maybe Bob Harris will wander in and you can watch me cut a real promo on him.
Oh,
Just
I
grab
want
it.
to hear that story.
Right.
do you want to tell us the Bob Harris story there, John?
There's so
I just can't stand the guy, and I'd like to pull that hairpiece off his head.
It's not a hairpiece, is it?
That's really sad then if it's real.
I've never seen him.
Nice eats. Whatever. I shouldn't say anything, but you know.
He's a DC guy now, right?
No,
Not
he was
anymore.
fired.
Yes.
Oh, he was fired by DC?
So there may actually be a God.
Wow, that was quick. He wasn't there long.
Kevin wants
was
to
there
know
for
if
years.
we're going to get some wrestling art too. Actually, Kevin, if you go on John's website and check out his Daredevil, there's a who Daredevil and Cap. It's a recreation. What was the Daredevil issue?
Yes. So.
Oh God.
Oh, wow.
80 something, 89. I don't know. It's a long
It's an
time
old
ago.
Kirby one. But
Old Kirby
John
cover.
did a recreation of Cap versus
If he wants to
Daredevil
set
in a
up for
wrestling ring.
tomorrow,
And in the audience, it's a who's who of
I have just one
wrestling.
appointment at 4:00 tomorrow. Otherwise, I can whatever.
Yeah, Ric Flair's there, Harley Race, bunch of other guys.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Nothing
Brendan
wrong
says
with
Capullo will be in New York. John, cut a promo.
Nah,
Wait. Is there a
Yeah.
beef with Capullo?
no. What does this say?
I tried getting Matt Hardy to buy art from you guys for his kids, but Rebby said she does stuff herself. Cool.
Okay.
Don't know what that means, but all right.
Who's Rebby?
Yeah.
Maybe his
Is
dog.
Rebby his wife, Nick? Oh, crap.
Yeah,
I think so.
think so.
Oh, is it?
Also, who's Matt Hardy?
Wrestler.
He's a wrestler. He's a member of the Hardy Boys, not the book.
Oh, okay. I know those guys.
Yeah, they come out and they start doing this.
You ever get this at a convention? It's like, oh, I like your stuff, but I have a cousin. He's really good. He does stuff just like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Or you'll hear a 22-year-old where it's like, man, I wish I would have kept drawing. And like,
Right.
and then what?
or I like your stuff,
Then
but I
what?
just got here, so I'm going to wander around and see if I can find something better to buy.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Or I love it when somebody's like aunt or grandmother or parent comes by and goes, "Oh, my nephew, grandson, such and such can do this." I always love that. That's
Yeah.
really
Yeah. Oh, I could do stuff like this too, but I just got to look at a picture.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or there's somebody sitting next to you, and they're selling shitty Wolverine drawings or prints, and this person buys one and says, "Oh, okay," and just keeps walking the other direction because it was the first Wolverine they saw.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Also, hey, do you have really obscure character? I'm looking everywhere for that, and then I have it, and they're like, "Oh, that's great!" And then they just,
And then
Yep.
walk away.
Yep.
yeah, like, "Oh, the
I
thing
like
you
it.
wanted? Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
Didn't you have somebody doing that looking for a Moon Knight
probably."
in
I
Orlando?
know I have. Yeah,
That's why I'm making a point of in New York to having several Brother Power the Geek prints available.
Wow, that's a deep dive.
that's a
Thank
deep
you.
cut.
Thank you.
I think. Oh, there
Oh,
you go.
there
There's
it
the Daredevil. There's the Daredevil. Let's see who's in the background. We should probably do a contest. We should probably do a contest, John. Anybody who can name every single one in that background,
There you go.
first one to name them all gets a free art print.
There you go.
There you go. But they got to go look it up themselves. All
But they
right,
gotta buy that one
it's
first.
20 after. It's 20 after, so we need a winner. We have so many comments, such little time. See, yeah, it is pretty awesome. You should go to MBartist.com, pick it up, Kevin. Unless you're in New York. All right. Lovejeet has given me a winning name, and that winning name is really?
Mm-mm.
I'm just joking. Kayla Ramirez.
Ah.
Are you still with us? You are a winner.
Oh, sweet.
Kayla, are you here? Kayla. Pick one.
I know one she already
Kayla,
has.
we need your shipping address, please.
Well, you could just hand it to her in person next week.
Oh, is she gonna be in New York?
Yeah, she'll be helping me out.
Oh, okay. Well, Kayla, there you go. You can just come by and pick one, I guess. Whichever one you pick.
Is this the right time to announce that Love G and I are engaged? So,
Ooh. Lovejeet, does Jag know about that?
I think it's a green card thing. So, but don't.
Oh,
worry.
wow.
Okay.
No, she's a Canadian citizen now.
Okay.
No,
Well,
it's about
yeah,
him becoming.
yes, I am. Oh, she wants Wanda.
Oh,
John,
yeah.
you're a winner.
That's a first.
Big Scarlet Witch fan.
No, it's not a first, man. Kayla, congratulations. You've picked wisely.
Thank you. Enjoy. Brendan just asked a question about that cover. He said, "Is Kurt on that cover?" My legendary friend Kurt, who I've told so many stories about. No, he's not on that one, but he was the Blob once at X-Men Adventures.
Was he? There you go. There you go. Congratulations, Kayla. You have selected Scarlet Witch by John Hebert. Please send us your shipping information, or just let Lovejeet know, and we'll let you pick it up in New York.
There you go.
There
And I
you
can
go.
sign it. And I can sign it.
And then John can sign it anywhere you want. He is willing to sign it anywhere. Just ask Darth Vader. All right,
Yeah.
guys. There we go. Any final thoughts? We've lost Jamie, so it's a good thing I got him to do his like, comment, and subscribe comment. Oh, there we go. There's the link right there, guys. Feel free to jump on and fill your boots in your cart.
Somebody asked a question about if I'm going to be doing any My Hero Academia art, and yes, if somebody wants to pay me to do it, yes, absolutely.
I'll add it to the big pile in Steven's office. Nick, you still have a corner here of stuff that I'm waiting to ship to you, buddy. If anybody has followed our auctions, Nick has we have a corner dedicated to Nick on the stuff he's picked up from us, waiting to go out the door. Oh, there he is. He's back.
Hey, Steve, in New York, you're going to
For
have
what, 2 minutes?
Sorry, what was that, John?
Are there going to be any Star Wars bus stops in New York?
There's two.
Okay.
Yeah, trust me, we got lots of Star Wars will be very represented. We've got refresh on 80s. We got refresh on Puppet Master. We've got what's left of the shredders. Jamie, I've been told that we found a handful of platinums shredders, so we weren't sold out as we thought. There's a couple more, so I'll be bringing those to New York, and I'm sure they'll go just as quickly. Oh, there we go. Brendan can tell you exactly what we have. It's on his front yard. Brendan, what do we have? There you go. We got lots of Star Wars.
Brendan, remind me to tell you the story about the Wizard of Oz in Kurt's front yard.
Well, now you just got to keep going now. The Wizard of Oz. Number one, who is Kurt? Because I think it's the wrestler Kurt Hennig.
No. Kurt was my best friend when we were growing up. He's no longer with us, but he and I raised a lot of hell together. And Brendan loves the stories about him. He was on about the 7-year plan in high school, and any kind of aberrant behavior you could come up with, he probably did it. And he was the rich kid that was troubled, that I grew up with. He'd go out and wreck a car. Next day, mom and dad would buy him a new car.
Did he
It'd
do
make a
upper,
great sitcom. What's that?
Did he do Upper Deckers?
Why, yes, he did.
Okay.
Yes, he did.
Okay.
All right.
He drugged a dog that he wanted to keep, and then the dog, his father's muscle relaxant made the dog's bladder let go all over the living room. So he let the dog go, and the dog was staggering up the street like he was drunk, and I was horrified by the whole thing. He used to go out on his roof and shoot all the people of a certain ethnic group that would pass his house.
Holy crap!
With a pellet gun. Oh yeah, he was
That got serious.
Man. Yeah, and the cops knew about it, and well, sometime I'll tell you the whole story. But anyway, yeah,
This sounds like a bad guy.
and he was. But the beauty of it wasn't.
What are the circumstances of him not being with us any longer?
He was about 400 pounds. He started smoking when he was in jail, never stopped, did not take care of himself, did every drug known to man, drank, smoked, didn't watch what he ate,
And he got hit by a car.
In and out of jail, and he finally just seized up, and that was it.
Okay. What are the odds? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
On that lovely note.
But the stories.
So anyways, guys, before we head out, I just want to remind you that you can still jump the line and go to any one of these fine artist websites and book a commission for New York Comic Con, whether it's johnhebertart.com, joerubinsteinart.com, mustafainc.com, or jamiecokercreations.com. Lobos is still TBA. Do you know if you're coming? There you go. Do you know if you're coming to New York yet, Lobos?
I don't know yet. I still haven't made a decision yet. So, maybe at the end of the week.
Well, I talked to Mustafa. If you do come, I can give you a parking spot in our booth.
Okay.
Yeah, you have space to work, and then they'll give a badge for you too.
Okay. Sounds good. Yeah.
You just have to be our muscle.
There's some other things I got to consider here at home. So.
Yeah. You just got to get there and find a place to crash because I've got enough people in my room.
I lived there for almost 2 years. So.
In my room?
No, New York. Oh no, I know the hassle in and out of there. Oh my god.
Yeah, I know, and I got to figure out. I got to show up on Tuesday so we can figure out how to get all my stuff in there. So navigating. There you go. Have your Vax card. There you go. Have your Vax card, guys.
I don't even know how to get that.
You've gotten shots, right?
Yeah, I've gotten shots.
You got paperwork?
They should have given you a card.
There's an app you can use to skip all that, but you need the card. You need something.
Social security number or something? What?
No. When you got your shot, they would have gave you a little something as a memento to say that you got shot. He's thinking.
Yeah. I can't remind of my wallet.
I don't remember.
They gave it to me when I had my first shot, and then they signed off on it the second time.
Yeah. Up here in Canada, they gave you a little receipt, and it's literally on receipt paper. And it just says, Government of Ontario, blah, blah, yada, yada. And I've got two of them. I got one for the first, one for the second. And every time I leave and I got to come back, I got to upload all those pictures into the CanArrive app. Joe did that to get out of Canada, didn't you, Joe? Didn't you have to show your papers?
No, I just
Some
had to
national
have
papers.
just had to have a test before I left.
Yeah.
Mine is like an old '80s driver's license. It's like on that raggedy card type stock, you know. And
Mhm.
hopefully this is over soon because it's already disintegrating.
I got a feeling it's gonna be around for a while, man.
Yep.
You may want to take a picture of it.
Well, I did. That's the thing to do. Also, when you get one, you should take a picture of it and keep it in your phone.
Yeah. So Lobos, let me know, and we'll make magic happen. I'm sure it'll be a good time. It is New York. We'll start spreading the news. So once again, feel free to visit joerubensteinart.com, johnhebertart.com, mustafainc.com, and book your commissions, jamiecokercreations.com. Yeah. Brendan says, I have to stop letting Steve watch Hogan's Heroes. Yes, Brendan, please stop putting Hogan's Heroes on the damn TV.
And we have a special guest.
Anyways, we will not be here next week because we will be in New York trying to figure out which way is up. But we will be back in 2 weeks' time, and I'm sure we'll have lovely stories about our time. Anna Marie, thank you very much. I'll make sure to take a look at it when I sign off here, and we'll see if we can make magic happen with you and Kevin. And guys, also, there's no auction tonight. Unfortunately, too much on the go. So we'll see you again in 2 weeks. And unless you're in New York, if you are in New York, please stop by and see us. If not, we'll see you in 2 weeks. Good night, everybody.